What's up, everybody? Brian Fritz of Network 126. Just want to throw a quick one out there at you guys, just something to think about and marinate on. This is going to be part of a continuing series that I want to branch out on and touch upon. I got this kind of planned out. This is going to be the first of like 2 or 3 videos, but I just want to throw out there real quick article from RT America. What's up, IRC bully? Study finds working from home more stressful. A new study found that working remotely was more stressful than working in an office. Despite what most people think, 65% of respondents said they work more hours when remote working, and 66% said they were more stressed than ever before. The study found that when working from home, the lines between work and play become blurred, with employees feeling pressure to be available constantly. 66% of respondents said their employer is pressuring them to not only work hard, but to work longer hours. With many companies having much of their workforce working from home until at least 2021, employees are trying to find a way to balance long-term teleworking. On average, those working from home work 6 hours more per week than those working in the office. What has many worried is that some companies are embracing teleworking, and it is unlikely that things will return to normal even when the global pandemic ends. Oh, that sounds lovely. And I got one more for you, at least for this video. It is from Forbes.com. Yes, the big Forbes. 3 warning signs that your remote employees are starting to crack under the stress of working from home. Check this out. For the first month of working from home, many employees were in a state of semi-shock. So much energy was focused on just figuring out the logistics of working remotely that there wasn't time to grapple with the emotional aspects. But as people settled into a routine, as the panic over remote working logistics have decreased, we can now see troubling signs of the emotional pressures facing employees working from home. How can you tell if your team is cracking under the stress of working from home? Here are 3 warning signs. Warning sign number 1, decreased resilience. Now, this is something that I'm going to be touching upon in 1 or 2 more videos. This is a very key word or phrase here, couple of words, whatever you want to call it, this that I have highlighted. This is a huge topic that I'm going to branch out upon, but right now we're just talking about this whole teleworking thing. So, in the past 2 weeks, more than 5,000 people have taken the free online resiliency test. It tests how you handle adversity and react to failure, criticism, stress, etc. Now you can kind of see where I was interested in branching on this, and yeah, anyway. And we've discovered that fewer than a quarter of people have high resilience at present. Oh yeah, I'm going to go, the trolls are going to hate me for this, but people can already see where I'm going to be going with all this. Given that resilience is our ability to handle adversity, it's a good barometer of how well employees are feeling about and managing the current pressures. You can have your employees take the test for themselves to accurately gauge your team's current resilience. And you can also ask them directly on your next video conference staff meeting. Pose this question: compared to how you felt 4 months ago, I find myself experiencing difficulty concentrating, loss of interest in things I used to enjoy, feeling hopeless about my future, feeling distant or cut off from others, feeling irritable or angry. When you see multiple employees checking off those items, you know your team is cracking a bit under the pressures of working from home. Warning sign number 2. Your employees are making mistakes. One sure sign that people are starting to burn out working remotely is when they make more mistakes and miss more deadlines than normal. People don't typically perform as well in highly stressed states as they do in a more relaxed frame of mind. And that stress often manifests in sloppy, inaccurate, or late work. Before you start seeing incorrect work, you might also see a general distractedness or spaciness among employees. This might show up as people zoning out during a video conference, or it could appear as forgetfulness. Have you seen any of your employees forgetting little things, like sending follow-ups or logging a customer contact, or even omitting a signature line in an email? Those might seem like minor issues, but they often represent early warning signs that the pressure is getting to your team. Warning sign number 3. Your employees' language is becoming more negative and emotional. When people feel stressed, it's common for their language, whether in email, phone calls, or face-to-face, to evidence more negativity and emotionality. For example, in non-stressed situations, an employee might say, "This project is going to be hard." But in a highly stressed environment, they might say, "This project is impossible," or "I'll never finish in time." Notice the differences in that language? Words like impossible and never are called absolutes. They represent a form of black and white thinking in extremes, and it's a well-known cognitive distortion. Most situations in life are subtle shades of gray, not black and white. Yes, this project may be difficult, but is there truly no way in any universe that it could somehow be accomplished? The more someone engages in black and white thinking, the less likely they are to see hidden opportunities or possibilities, and that can lead directly to feelings of despair and hopelessness. Another related cognitive distortion that appears in employees' language when they're stressed is catastrophizing. This is when people magnify an unpleasant situation into a life and death catastrophe. I already know where the trolls are going to go with this about the masks. No, I was actually physically suffocating. I want to throw that out there because I can hear it already. Exaggerating a bad situation into an intolerable one. And anxious employees are especially prone to catastrophizing. When you hear an employee say, "If I fail this assignment, my career is over," you're hearing catastrophizing. Be on the lookout for employees saying or writing phrases like the following because they're clear signs of stress. "There's nothing I can do." "There are no options." "I can't do anything." "This is impossible." Well, yeah, just to branch off again real quick with the masks. Yeah, it's pretty much... Yeah, I'm just going to have problems with the masks. I'm just interjecting again real quick. Anyway, I was at a swamp meet recently with a cousin of mine, and it was a hot day. The sun was beating down, and I even had problems with the mask there. And one of the staff had to be like, sir, your mask, sir." If I'm having problems at a swamp meet, I'm going to have problems at the workplace. I'll just keep getting fired over and over and over again. Just want to throw that out there. So, continuing here, the past month or so has been unprecedented for most of us. Never before, at least in modern times, have so many employees worked from home. The logistical challenges, which would have seemed insurmountable a few years ago, have actually been managed fairly well. And thanks to highly focused attention and effort, employees went suddenly remote with surprisingly few hiccups. But those of us who have studied remote workforces for years knew that the adrenaline rush of making an emergency shift would wear off at some point. And now we're starting to see the signs of employees struggling psychologically with remoteness. Your goal as we move into this next phase of working remotely is to be aware of the warning signs that your employees are struggling. Once you know the signs, you can start to assess your team and intervene as appropriate. And if you know what to look for, you'll be far ahead of the vast majority of leaders, and your employees will have a great chance of weathering this storm. So I'm going to end this one there. And like I said, the whole resilience topic is what I'm going to be coming back on. Decreased resilience. The trolls are going to hate it, but oh well. Leave your comments down below in the comments section, and I will see you all next time. This is Brian Fritz of Network 126.